This year, Christian Aid Week has been looking particularly at Florence Muthiani. Florence is based in an arid part of Kenya, a part which is fairly desolate. A couple of years ago, she lost her husband, leaving her and her children in a difficult situation. She had very little food, the crops had failed, and she had to walk 2 or 3 miles every day just to get her water through difficult and arduous terrain. But she wasn't happy with that, and she worked really closely with her local community, her local subsistence farmers and the local charity ADSE. And they came to Christian Aid and said, what can we do together to make a difference to our livelihood, to our community? And thanks to the money raised through last year's Christian Aid Week, Christian Aid and the local charity and the farmers built this fantastic dam which has revolutionised her life. She now grows her own crops. She has her own beekeeping business. Her children are able to go to school. They're clothed properly, and she is happy. And my goodness, she is saying, thank you, God, for that support and that help. And thank you to Christian Aid and those supporting Christian Aid who have given that money to make such a difference to that community. So the effects of climate change can be seen right across the globe. Whether it's the Arctic ice melting, or the glaciers receding across the Alps, or those terrible bushfires that we saw on our screens in Australia and California, or whether it's the locusts affecting crops and livelihoods in the Horn of Africa. Christian Aid has been working most recently with tea farmers in India. Sadly, their crops are being devastated by the changes in temperature. Livelihoods are therefore being lost. This year we have a real opportunity to make a difference. The G8 presidency in Cornwall later this summer, and then the COP talks in Glasgow at the end of the year. Christian Aid is battling to ensure that Western governments reduce their own emissions by up to 80% by 2050, and urging others to do so as well. Christian Aid believes in social justice. Climate change is affecting the very poorest in our society. We as Christians have a duty to stand up and help our friends in poverty. This year, Christian Aid Week in Dorchester has been really different. We found that we can't do our house-to-house collections because of COVID. We weren't able to have our ecumenical service because of COVID. We weren't able to have our street market because of COVID. However, we have been able to collect money in South Street, and we raised more than £500 through donations from the public. And we feel really blessed by our community in Dorchester, right across the churches, and especially DBC, who have been giving help both practically and financially. We are very excited about our recipe book that we're going to be launching later this summer in aid of Christian Aid. People from right across DBC have been sending in their recipes, their tasty treats, and we're really looking forward to selling that for Christian Aid later this year. We're also establishing an eco-church here at DBC, which is really exciting. We've got a small group together, and we're working with the Christian charity Arosha to see what we can do to make a difference. Now, whether that's in our garden area to make it more biodiversity rich and enhanced, whether it's with our boilers and our electricity to try and green terrace, there's so much we can do. We already do a massive amount with the community, and we're really looking forward to working both with the community and with our church members to make a difference with Eco Church. So if you'd like to join us, please do.